because Kyle Fletcher is from Australia. Does anybody in that company think, like, do they hear God?
Busted Open Radio is supposed to be for, and maybe it is for entertainment, and maybe I'm missing the point here. Maybe LaGreca is supposed to be his character if we're working, and Bubba Ray thinks he's working. Maybe Dave LaGreca is playing an idiot right now. Maybe that's his character. Maybe his character is somebody who can't critically analyze a situation.
Kyle Fletcher, right? Gotta get them involved in the match because he's from Australia. So nothing's gonna be better than your baby faces and your heel and everybody cheering your heels because Kyle Fletcher is from Australia. Does anybody in that company think, like, do they hear God? Nobody knows what they're doing. They don't know.
Okay, so that's Dave LaGreca. I don't know if Dave LaGreca has actually done anything in the wrestling business besides be a pundit. If he has, somebody let me know. But I'm leaning towards no, because he seemed to have been completely wrong about this. He's putting over the fact that Kyle Fletcher, this man here, is from Australia, and he thinks that AEW has fumbled him being a heel right now because he's going to be in Australia and he will receive cheers. Well, if you watched the show last night, no, he did not. He was booed mercilessly. He was booed. People flipped him off, told his manager to GYF. And this is what I wanted to show you. This is the rest of it.
Oh, I've defended. I'm on my knees right now. I'm on my freaking knees. I have defended this company for years, for months, for weeks, for days. I've tried, but does any thought go into this at all?
Fletcher comes right back with a shoulder tackle of his own. Whoa, listen to that response. Fletcher 6'4.5". Good costume. Listen to this.
They're singing for his rival.
These people need to shut up. They are standing. These people are out of control. And sing.
Y'all look like they're big fans of him, don't they?
Kyle Fletcher.
And that's my thing. This guy, Dave,
Your baby face
went full. He went full.
Nobody knows.
He crashed out. He crashed out over this. He was so sure that it was going to be a welcoming for him, that he thought, this is how I have to act. This is my nail in the coffin here. AEW is the dumbest company imaginable because they took a guy who's from this area, a babyface, a heel, and they're going to treat him like a babyface, and that's going to be bad for the product. No, dude, you were way wrong. Way wrong. And what's so funny is how in the style that you were wrong. You were theatrically wrong. And I can't understand why some of these guys, these talking heads, can't put two and two together. Maybe, just maybe, the people who go to the show watch the damn show and they understand, oh, that's a bad guy. Okay, I don't care if he's from here. He's a bad guy. Do you know why we don't like him? Because he hurts Will Ospreay. Do you know who we like? Will Ospreay. Does it matter where Will Ospreay's from? No, because he's from England. Yeah, they sound similar, but they ain't the same place. It's just... It is ridiculous. So you're basically saying, Dave LaGreca, that if anybody was to be a heel, they should not wrestle in front of their hometown crowd ever. Look, I understand Maxwell Jacob Freeman gets that response in New York when he's a heel, but also the thing about Maxwell Jacob Freeman is we understand it is a tongue-in-cheek character. That is not lost on anyone. We understand. We're in on the joke with him, and that's okay. Kyle Fletcher is supposed to be a more traditional bad guy, so we understand he should be booed. And the Don Callis family, who we have never liked, who have never been heels, Don Callis has always been a bad person. From the entirety that from his entire time he's been on AEW, he's been a bad person. So why would we be confused, Dave LaGreca? We wouldn't. So you just thought that he would get booed. And he absolutely did not. And that was what was so fun. Yeah, okay. I'm looking at the comments here. My legal representation, Mortos, and Mortos, the Mortos law firm. Rhea was cheered when they went there, and she was a heel. Yes, Rhea was a heel during the Elimination Chamber, and she got cheered. Okay, Dave, did you freak out about that? Did you get on your knees and cry to the good Lord about Rhea Ripley? You probably didn't. I didn't see it, to be honest. The only time I see things from Busted Open Radio is when they do goofy stuff like this. Also, what was it? Other than speaking of Will Ospreay, this all ties together in the Busted Open Radio. Bully Ray said something. I read an article where he believes that Blair Davenport was fired because of her previous relationship with Will Ospreay. They haven't been together in years. And they're saying, oh, well, Will said that line about the grinding the boss's daughter. And that's Triple H remembers that stuff. He don't play around. So her ex-boyfriend said something that to like take a shot at Triple H. And that's why Triple H fired her. If that's true, I don't think it is, first of all, right? And if that's true, the problem is not with Will Ospreay. The problem would be Triple H is petty. Like, it is insane to me. Yeah, it's parasocial. Yeah, James in chat's right. It is parasocial. It is a parasocial relationship that he would be he's having at that point, that he thinks that Bully Ray is having a parasocial relationship at that point. If he thinks like, yeah, that's how Triple H acts. Like he definitely, like, if you've worked with the man, I assume, Bully Ray. So if you would think that would be the case, if you think that is a possibility that Triple H, let's just say you thought they were still together. I'm gonna be infinitely generous to you here, Bully Ray. Let's assume you thought they were still dating. Do you think it would be right for Triple H to fire someone because of what that boyfriend said? No, that would be like a petty thing. It's like, okay, she didn't say it, dog. He doesn't work here. It's free speech. Like, are you really going to be upset about that? Yeah, that would be bad behavior. Now, I'm going to stop treating Bully Ray with kid gloves and assume he's got a functioning brain or the ability to Google something. Now, if you thought Triple H was firing somebody because their ex-boyfriend, somebody they dated years ago, said something about you and you fired them because they had a romantic past with them, oh my God, is that psychotic behavior? That would be ridiculous. If you truly believe that about him, Bully Ray, you would say that Triple H is a bad person. But that's not the case, right? You know that it wasn't because of Will Ospreay. You're being sensational. Richie Mars in the chat. Richie, hope you're doing well, buddy. It says Busted Open is the National Enquirer for wrestling takes. It kind of is. I'm ready to see like Tony Khan not actually booking good episodes of Dynamite. Bat Boy found with the pencil. Like, that's the kind of shit you're gonna get from them. You're gonna see that stuff time and time again. And I understand it draws eyeballs in. It's provocative. It gets the people talking. And okay, Bully Ray, maybe you think that that's what your job is still to do. You are no longer a worker on the radio, big dog. You are a personality. And I understand, once a wrestler, always a wrestler, baby. I'm always working. No, that you're cosplaying then. It's something you did for sure. But if you're trying to work fans on the radio for a company that you're not working for, that you're on a radio show, like this isn't supplemental content. People aren't coming to you to get worked. People are coming to you to listen to your expert takes in the pro wrestling business as you were a veteran for years. So are you providing people with that? Or are you just working the marks? Like, which one, man? Like, pick a lane. That's all I'm saying. Like, set out your mission statement of what you think Busted Open Radio is supposed to be for. And maybe it is for entertainment. And maybe I'm missing the point here. Maybe LaGreca is supposed to be his character if we're working and Bubba Ray thinks he's working. Maybe Dave LaGreca is playing an idiot right now. Maybe that's his character. Maybe his character is somebody who can't critically analyze a situation. Maybe he thinks that everyone is dumb. And he thinks that, these people will that guy lived here. He lived close to here. They'll cheer him. And maybe that's just his character. Maybe the real man, the real person, Dave LaGreca, doesn't think that way. Because that would be a ridiculous statement to make. To think that these people paid their hard-earned money, who are obviously invested in the television show, are going to come in and just be like, he's from like down the road. We should cheer him. Versus the baby faces. I'm sorry. If you can't get your heels who live in an area booed by a crowd, if you can't get them to do that, you can't write heels. Take that as you will with Rhea Ripley, right? If you can't get the desired reaction was to have her booed and you didn't pull it off, The desired reaction here for Kyle Fletcher was to be booed because he's part of Don Callis family. He's a heel. Guess what they did? They got him to be booed. Do you know why? Probably because they got over their ultra-nationalist Australian ways and probably just stopped. I don't think the Australians are ultra-nationalist, first of all. But they rewrote their brain chemistry with storytelling. And, the Australians' natural position is to cheer for Australia. And because of Tony Khan's writing, he was able to circumvent that. Maybe. No, but I circle back to this because these reactionary takes, this is why I wanted to create this space, right? There are these goofy reactionary takes with very little thought put into them. And I don't know about you, but I think about wrestling a lot. I don't know. I think I've transcended certain aspects in my mind about that don't even bother me about pro wrestling. People are like, "Oh, this move is stupid." Yeah, all the wrestling moves are stupid. Look at the Irish whip and the vertical suplex. If we're not complaining about somebody doing the Irish whip or holding an opponent straight up in the air vertically for 4 seconds before slamming him down on the mat, I don't know why we're complaining about Canadian destroyers. Come on. One is so much more prevalent than the other one, and yet we just we let it go. We let unprotected punches, 10 punches in the corner, and then people don't complain about that, but they're like, he kicked out of a finisher. Shut up. I don't care. DJ. Thank you for the gifts, man. I appreciate it. But these guys don't think a lot, it seems. They seem to have a reactionary take. Whatever is coming out of whatever is in their mind at the time, that's what they say. And it doesn't go through any filters, it seems like, because no one here yelled at even Dolph Ziggler, former Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, he kind of just laughed and oh, look, Dave's being crazy. But ultimately when they cut back, he was just kind of okay, you're doing a little much. It's giving too much, Queen. You're doing too much, Diva. Calm down, La Greca. But I couldn't calm down while watching this match.